I think we're losing track of the most important thing, which is what are we going to name ourselves? My vote is for the Coalition for the Liberation of Intelligent Terrifying Organisms and their Rehabilitation into Society. The only drawback is that the abbreviation is clitoris.
Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Zeno Damus. I'm here with
Q.
and on Skype.
We got the Lucky Blood Axe.
Lucky Blood Axe. There we go. All right, let's get started. All right, next up we got, so we've talked about the Babylon 5 reboot, and of course, you know, recently we had the where's my, the CW being,
That's CBS Viacom. Oh, you're right. It is also CW. All right.
Well, CBS and Warner Media own CW, and they are trying
to get rid of it.
Yes.
Batwoman. I blame Batwoman.
So anyway, so with the sale of CW, there has been questions on whether or not the Babylon 5 reboot is actually going to happen. This was actually sent to me by Jarek. He sent this because Jarek's a huge Babylon 5 fan. So I was like, okay, well, we got to talk about it, you know, since.
Dude, he likes Babylon 5 more than Blood Axe likes Star Wars. He is the biggest fan. Like, if I were to go most dedicated fan to a franchise, as much as Blood Axe knows of Star Wars, lives and breathes Bab 5, can name the dude who sweeps the floors, that's friggin' Jarek for Bab 5. He's ran a Bab 5 game.
So anyway, the only difference now is, as I said, rather than being shot and produced in preparation for a late 2022 launch, they said it'll probably be top of the pile of the 2023 slate now because of this. But the project is very much alive. So
I got to do my evil because you know how I feel about the CW.
Yeah.
This is sad because think about it. I want you to think about this. We never hear about something being for sale. We hear about it being bought. You get what I'm getting at? You know how bad your freaking station is? That you've openly advertised it's for sale and no one's bought it. Dude, no, I can't remember the last time I heard about anybody being for sale and not already being bought.
Yeah.
Because that's just pathetic. Because it's been on sale for a while now. They've been talking about this for a minute. You didn't hear about Activision being for sale. You didn't hear about didn't Netflix?
Well, I think that's why we didn't talk about like when this got posted early this year. Yeah, we were waiting for somebody to buy it, but
nobody has. You guys suck. CW sucks so bad that everyone knows it for sale. Nobody's willing to buy them. Not Netflix, not HBO, not Hulu. Like, that is the worst thing in the world, that people are buying everything right now. CW's for sale. No one's buying.
Well, my thing is because this is in production and development by Warner Brothers, does that mean that they may just not put it on CW but put it somewhere else? Now, what if now Warner Brothers, doesn't Warner Brothers own HBO?
Or reverse, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they are. Well, they're part of HBO. Now, that would be cool is if they sort of swift the development more to an HBO show, because then they could get away with more.
I think HBO is a little bit more about making money.
And Babylon 5 sort of was a little edgy, so you wouldn't have to dance around some of that stuff.
You could go rated R on HBO. I'm sorry, Blood Axe, what'd you say, bro?
Well, I'm saying that's kind of interesting because the CW has some very good properties that you could do things with, whether it be from the Angelverse, Buffyverse, the Supernatural came from the CW, the Flash, the Arrow. I mean, so you have some really hot properties that would be attractive for a streaming service, because if they were to acquire them, then they throw them all on Paramount. Well, you may actually get a Paramount subscription at that point, because right now Picard isn't drawing in the subscribers, but this could. So between that and what's the Yellowstone was the other one that they have that's really popular right now. So you'd have a pretty good library of stuff. Plus, you could expand upon those properties that people actually liked, and maybe do Batwoman the right way.
Well, see, and I don't know if the DC stuff is owned by CW though, or if they were just put on CW, because they're owned by DC and Warner Brothers. So I don't.
But they may own those shows.
Yeah,
so they could reboot them.
They'll own they'll own the broadcasting rights of the show. I guess.
Well, the combo attack with Blood Axe, you brought up a good point, but Blood Axe, here's the kicker, though. You know why, though, I think that despite those very, very good reasons to buy the CW, here's the problem. You'd have to fire everyone, though. That's the problem. No, I'm being serious. I'm actually not trolling. The people over those shows have such a bad relationship with the fans and are so allergic to making money that even with these licenses, you can't use anyone that's working on those. You literally have to grab these licenses and go fire everyone from the last season of Arrow, fire everyone from the last season of Flash, fire everyone from Batwoman, even the janitor. Fire even people that don't work for it. Fire the dude who delivers donuts to Batwoman. I hate Batwoman. Fire the people from Naomi. You'd have to fire and hire a whole new staff. I don't think
any of those people have anything to do with the CW, though. That's production people for the series.
But still, if you wanted to take those licenses and do what Blood Axe is suggesting and do something good with them, you can't use any of your current staff.
Yeah,
and that's expensive.
I'm not going to talk much on this because I'm not sure how the channel acquisitions work, but I don't think those have anything to do with the channel itself.
Because that's the only reason I would assume that they don't want to buy it is because they're looking at it and going, how expensive would it be to fix this show? Because he's right. Buffy, I'd watch a new Buffy or Dark or Angel. I love those shows.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't trust the people now there.
But I will come back at you with this counterpoint that you remember how we were dealing with this problem with Disney, especially with Lucasfilm and the Lucasfilm Story Group, and how they were attacking the fans. And Susan Arnold come in and she threw down the book and you do not attack the fans. Same thing with Bob Chapek. We are here to make money. We are not here to alienate the fans. So if they had a similar approach of stop attacking the fans. You make good content, continue to make good content. It can be turned around with the right approach.
Oh, no, I agree. It's just, I think the reason CW hasn't sold. Oh, go ahead, man. Sorry.
But it could be done. And if you had that in place during the acquisition, or at least that understanding, you step out of line, you're gone because you have a very strict policy, then that may be more of attractive property. And yeah, you may not have the DC content, but I mean, Supernatural was on for 15 years. There's all kind of spinoffs. There was one that I was really interested in, but they were talking about going back in time and showing Samuel Colt making the Colt gun and being a supernatural hunter in the Wild Wild West, which, I mean, Wild Wild West with supernatural creatures, mind blown.
I love the Weird West in some of those settings, dude. Oh, God, I'd be all in on that. I love supernatural westerns.
Right, and then resetting the Buffyverse, whether you have the next Slayer or Angel, who's 10 years later, 20 years later.
He's a vampire.
I mean, there's so many ideas you could do, and so between spinoffs, reboots, or just continuations with a new genre, or just like handing off the baton, from Sarah Michelle Gellar to the next Slayer. I mean, so many ideas you could do, and. Yes, it is still a target audience, usually your younger teen audience, but that's still an audience that watches content, and they're the ones that go, hey, Mom, Dad, will you please get this service so I can watch this? How much is it? It's $20 or $10 a month. Yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and add it in and everything else. But, I mean, so it has value, but you're right. You have to quit attacking your fans, because if you keep attacking the people that are being critical of you and not taking that as motivation to write better stuff, then eventually you'll have no one to watch your stuff. And that's when you start having problems like this, where you're so toxic, nobody wants your property anymore.
And that's what I'm trying to say is I agree. But the fact that no one's bought it to do this implies that there's something making that hard to do. I agree. We're actually saying the same thing. I'm just saying I have a theory of why, because why is the CW still up for sale with the way people are buying things? There's a streaming war going on right now, and no streaming service wants this.
It's because it's just a channel, though, man. I mean, most of its content comes from CBS and Warner Media, so they have broadcasting rights. That's what they have. They own broadcasting rights, which means their way of generating money is by selling international and streaming broadcasting rights of the things that they have the broadcasting rights for. As far as actual content, though, they don't own like any of the characters from a lot of the stuff they have broadcasting rights for. If somebody buys CW, they don't get the rights to DC characters.
What
They
about
got the
Supernatural?
broadcasting
Does it at least
rights.
own Supernatural, or do they just have the broadcasting rights to Supernatural?
I don't think they own Supernatural.
Oh, so in other words, it's an empty purchase. Wow, CW sucks more than I thought. They don't even own anything. That would be bad.
So they have the rights to sell the broadcasting rights to these original series, from that they got from Warner Brothers and all that. But they can't create more if they want to.
They can't.
I don't think so.
Reboot these series. Oh wow, that's if Zeno's right, that's a big drop. If they can't actually do a
because
Buffyverse,
all of their
then
content, 50% comes from Warner Brothers, 50% comes from CBS Studios, which to me means that none of it is actually created by them.
Then why are they even trying to sell? They don't own anything. Who the hell would buy them?
Well, I mean, you have a channel that's established. It has a target audience of 18 to 34. It does have broadcasting rights as of right now. And
but from what you're saying, the only way they could fix these shows is they would have to fix them in the next season. They can't actually reboot or restart because they don't own the rights to actually do another version of it, right? That what you're trying to say?
That's what it would seem to me. So they're not. Whoever buys CW isn't going to come in and redo Batwoman or redo.
And the writers of Batwoman have pissed all over the foundation of that show that you'd have to in universe,
which it makes sense.
You'd have to have Batwoman, KK wake up and go, man, seasons 1 through 3 was a nightmare I had.
I can see why Warner Brothers and Warner Brothers and CBS don't really care to keep propping up a separate channel.
Oh, it sounds terrible. Wow.
Because I mean, with more things going streaming, you don't need these extra channels to put content on anymore to make money, because you can just pop it on your streaming network.
Okay, so if Zeno is right, then that means CW's probably just gonna die. Like they're not gonna be able to sell it.
But dude, how many channels do we see that just die and disappear? I mean, it's not an uncommon thing. And the TV series that were broadcast on those channels that died, we still see them, out there. So it's not like that content disappeared. Yeah. It's just the channel.
Yeah, you're right. If I mean, I'd rather just buy Supernatural than like buy the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Just buy the rights to that and do it again and do another story.
And I mean, I'm not in the TV industry, so I don't know exactly how this works. But from what I'm reading and surmising,
it's your theory.
Isn't that big of a?
Zeno's theory is that CW is an empty purchase. Me and Black's theory is that roughly along the lines of they could reboot these if they own them, but they'd have to spend too much money. That's why they're not buying it. Nobody wants to put the investment in. Because Supernatural still has a huge fan base, man. You'd at least get huge watches on the first episode of a new show based on Supernatural. But apparently nobody wants to spend the cash.
Well, the Supernatural convention just to go was like $200 to get in the door or something crazy. I can't remember how much it was, but even a meet and greet was like $400. I was like, dude, that's insane. This is a decade and a half show. 15 years old, 15 seasons, and it's still like extraordinarily expensive. But yeah, I have a tattoo, obviously, of Supernatural, so I'm a rabid fan as well. But I wouldn't shell out that kind of money, but some people do.
You need the tattoo to get in, right? I think you got to show it at the door like a cult. Like, I've got the tattoo. Let me
it's
in.
like, yeah, no, it's also on the back of my car. I got a sticker on the back of my rear window. So yeah, no, it's one of those guilty pleasures that I've watched for a very long time. I have most of the seasons in a box set, and I would love to see some spinoffs come from that show, because they were going for the male audience in the 25 to 40 range, and they definitely got me sucked in, and then Mrs. Bloodaxe as well. So I agree, there are some opportunities, but it has to be the right ones, and I can see why it's so out there.
I will say Supernatural is just such a phenomenon. It amazes me the number of people with that Supernatural tattoo. You have it. Our friend Brian, he has one. Mm-hmm. The number of porn I've seen where the porn star has it.
I don't recognize the tattoo on top of my head. I've probably seen it. I mean, it's got a fan base. All I can say, I mean, for me, it's like Hunter the Reckoning, the show. And I'm a WoD World of Darkness fan, so I love the series. That's it. Crap, I have seen that a lot of places. Damn it. Like, you just brought it up. I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's really popular.
It's usually on their chest, like.
But I mean,
right here.
But no, that actually supports Blood Axe's theory, though, because just for Supernatural alone, the CW should be a valid purchase.
That's the most common.
Yeah, dude, that's in video game. They put it on
mine's
video
about
game.
this big around.
But like I said, that shows that his theory might be right because, well, Zeno's theory might be right because, dude, Supernatural will pay for itself if you got Supernatural.
Well, I'll say, if you have the broadcasting rights for Supernatural, that is definitely gonna bring some money in.
Heck, the Stars probably wouldn't mind coming back because I don't think they're doing anything else. I haven't seen them on a lot of other stuff, so you probably could get the Stars back.
Jensen Ackles is going to be directing a new series for the CW. I can't remember what Jerry Padalecki's doing, but they both have found new work. But I wouldn't focus on the Winchesters. I wouldn't mind doing, like I said, the Samuel Colt series, or if you wanted to go back and show John Winchester before he got married, and I think that would be kind of some interesting to show his background and backstory as like a prequel, so to speak. And there's always the Ghost Facers, which they tried to pitch a spinoff show of these it's almost like Ghostbusters, but Supernatural-esque, where they're going around and looking for ghosts and different phenomena. So, I mean, you have several options that would be interesting, but you would still have to have, the good story writing and the hooks that, got the fan base in the beginning.
I just looked up
and
Warner Brothers owns Supernatural, so they have the rights to it.
Hey, so he's right.
Doesn't.
You're not wrong, Bless. I don't mean to make a new show about the Winchesters, but they're a powerful guest appearance, though. Need to boost the ratings? Have them show up. Immediately, ratings are going to jump.
Especially in Ghost Facers, they could do that because it would be in the same timeline, and they have run into them twice already in the series. But if you wanted to do a go back in time episode with John Winchester, you could do that as well, where they kind of go back in time and they show up for an episode or so. There are some opportunities with that. But and you're right, that would spike the ratings extremely when you start bringing in some of the legacy characters.
I just said Fox.
20th century.
20th century, that's not Fox. Yeah, Fox.
Yeah.
Geez, so he's right. Dang it, Zeno was right. It doesn't look like they own the rights to any of the good shows. CW don't own crap. Jeez, what they're trying to sell you is just a freaking empty can of trash. Just a trash can with nothing in it. Like, oh, crap.
This is how well prepared we are for these shows, by the way, guys.
Yo, man, they love this stuff.
Man.
This is how you know we're there's no scripts, no planning. We're real people. Yeah. We're not okay. I'm about to tag G4 TV. Let me stop. Scripts. We read scripts. We don't play the games. We read scripts. Okay. Sorry, I had to throw that out.
Yeah. I mean, all you're getting is a free to air television network that has a reputation.
You're right. They don't own a lot.
That's what you're buying if you buy the CW. You're not really buying any content. So.
You're buying a like you said, and it's a one with a bad rep. It's not even one with a good rep. It's not anybody ever goes, what? CW? Instead, it's like, ooh, CW. Yeah, they're just a distributor. They don't own a lot. That is terrible. No, DC owns that, and Warner Brothers owns Supergirl.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's right. Wow, everybody, Zeno's apparently right. CW doesn't seem to own
unless they're gonna bundle in some rights to stuff. I mean, I don't see why anybody would buy CW.
Why? You could just go to DC.
Just kill the station and move on.
Yeah, because honestly, you'd be better off just going to DC and buying like, hey, we'd like to make a show. That'd be massively cheaper. Plus, it wouldn't have the bad rep the CW has. So if I heard a Supergirl show was being produced by not the CW, I'd check out episode 1. But if I heard that CW was doing a Spawn,
well, I mean, the thing is CW has an audience. It does have an audience, and it's already there. And that's what you're buying. If you buy the channel, you're trying to buy that audience. That's your target audience.
I know. And apparently, I'm just saying, by the fact how long they've been on the market, this is not me saying this. The public opinion seems to be it ain't worth what they're asking.
Okay, yeah.
We don't know how much they're asking them. Maybe they're just asking too much. I'll be fair. Maybe the price is too high.
Yeah.
Now, let's switch the book.
Be sure to check us out at Dicejunkies.com, where we have links to everywhere we can be found. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. I actually posted a picture on Instagram the other day, man.
Oh, yeah. Did that No, it was a good picture. That was awesome,
yeah.
Well, you don't invite me to bars anymore. He goes to all the bars with his work friends.
Oh, be sure to check us out on YouTube, like and subscribe. We have a lot of game content that's been getting posted up from Blood Axe and Q there. Yeah, they've been doing some Dying Light. Of course, you know, they keep you up to date on the latest with that other game. What is it called?
Tiny Tina's Wonderland?
No. The one where y'all build stuff. Grounded. There you go. Grounded content. I mean, that's some of the most popular content gaming wise is that Grounded content.
I got a video coming out for the best perks that'll be out probably in about a couple of days on what you, because we made a mistake, double jump.
Yeah.
Oh, both me and Blood Axe were looking at. Let's just say we're going to tell you what to buy and when to buy it.
Yeah. So be sure to check that out, like, subscribe so you get all those notifications. And as every week,
we hope you enjoy.
All right.
I'm surprised Blood Axe hasn't called the name out yet. You don't know the name of the Dark Knight?
No, I know exactly what his name is.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan.
No, his name is
Christopher
Christian
Nolan
Bale.
made the movie, dude.
Oh, wait, yeah.
You're so terrible.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale? Yeah, Christian Bale. That was it.
Christopher Nolan. You thought Christopher Nolan.
I mean, Christian Bale. I knew it started with a C.
Oh, you white people look alike to me, and I even know that's not the freaking Batman. I'm like, Christopher Nolan?
Yeah,
What?
Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale.
You have lost geek points, man. You've lost geek points.